There we go. So you've got to get these recordings because the stories that you are telling are truly emotional, they're inspirational, they're life-changing. And that's the purpose of this meetup, is to share those stories. So I'm going to turn this over to Vivian Casenda out of Southern California. And I'll just give a reminder to those who are co-hosting tonight and sharing your stories. Make sure that you, if you're talking about product, that you limit your story and highly intentionally focused on the product side of things. If you're talking about the business, on the business side of things, and then keep it to that sub 120 seconds, sub 2 minutes, because it's just concentrated. And with that, Vivian, I'm going to turn it over to the CEO woman herself.
Thank you, Seth, for the intro, and welcome everyone. Welcome to our overseas guest, Rose Marcelo. Welcome again. And then also Mary Main from Japan. Well, my name is Vivian Casenda. Like Seth is saying, I am based out of Southern California. It's hot and humid here, but we are surviving with the aid of the AC. So my story is very simple. I moved to a new location about beginning of this year and entered a new relationship. And one of my principle is that to be with me, he has the person has to be activated, and he is, and so are his dogs. And that was a blessing because not long after that, he got into a medical challenge, which ended up in hospital and the rehab for almost a month. If he was not activated with the NRF2 and the other products, the consequences could be very dangerous. And I am always grateful for being introduced to the NRF2 by Lillian, who's having a wonderful time in Croatia, and that saved. To me, that saved Jason's life. So with that, I would like to invite my other favorite two men in the room besides Seth Mulder, Bob Robbins and Ryan Robbins, both two brothers. And also I would like to include Melanie Robbins to share their product stories, and fire away, the Robbins.
Vivian, I didn't remember if you want Ryan to go first or you wanted me to.
The older brother goes first.
Oh boy. All right. I guess I resemble that remark. So Bob Robbins here, Phoenix, Arizona. Vivian, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit about a product story. So the product story for us, again, I am reluctant to tell you, but I got pretty much drug into this kind of kicking and screaming. I had a preconceived notion about this industry and where it's at, but my wife had some parents that were going through some health challenges as a result of aging, and she was prayerfully looking for something to help them. Her mom had a hard time remembering things, remember where her keys were, actually even got to a point where she couldn't remember her kids' names or grandkids, and it was very, very difficult for her. And her dad was actually trying to be the caregiver. And as many of you that maybe know or don't know, but a lot of times the caregivers actually, their bodies give out from the stress and from the fatigue of trying to take care of someone in that situation. And so she was prayerfully looking for something to help them. We had some good friends that came along and shared an ABC investigative report. And if you are on here and haven't had a chance to see that, whoever invited you need to make sure that they show you a little clip about this ABC investigative report. But it talked about activating, and then the idea of activating a person's body and for the body's systems to be turned on, right? And those systems that can help with internal healing, internal strength, repair, rejuvenation, all of those things that are there. And with just a little bit of hope We looked at that. I will tell you, as I had some good friends in the medical field, took this information to them. They did some research, came back and said, you know, there is real science behind this. And I told my wife, I said, we need to give it a try. As a result, it was amazing. We saw some amazing things happen with her mom. She got back to where she could read again within 3 or 4 months. It did not cure her by any means, but she got enough of her ability to function to where her dad told her they had a relationship that he had not had in several years for the last little bit of her life. And for him, it was amazing as well. He had neuropathy, he had some things wrong with his eyes, he had some other issues that were going on affecting him, and saw some amazing benefits. So as a result of it, we saw that. We wanted to tell everybody about it, and that's kind of how we got started, and what led to Ryan and Melanie quite a while later jumping on and taking a look at this. I'll share their story, but unfortunately, my brother and I come from the same dad, and we have that same maybe ignorance and hesitation to believe what people say. So thank you so much for letting me share. But the point is the idea of activating your body's own abilities. This technology, this science has changed our lives in so many ways. And I'll just stay with that and turn it over to Ryan. Thank you.
I don't know where to begin, but yeah, I guess the hard-headed probably does run in the family. Laura, you don't need a nod. Anyway, I guess I would say that Bob kind of showed this to us over multiple lunches over Mexican food, and I still said no. Tried it for 30 days and still said no. My dad ended up having Lewy bodies dementia, not doing very well, despite some things suddenly that were happening. And he finally said, okay, you got to try this because Melanie's really sick. You need to try this. So we tried it, and thank God we did, because it helped her. But really, the big help came through as of just over a year ago, I contracted COVID. So ended up in the hospital on heart-lung bypass, in a coma for 3 months, hospital for 5, and I'm still recovering. So, but if I hadn't been activated at that point, I don't even know what would have happened. And if Melanie had not fought tooth and nail for the doctors to get activated, even in the hospital, I probably would be waiting for a kidney transplant right now. So, and that is exactly what the doctors have said. So that is, it can go on for 2 hours. So that's the short of mine. And I'll hand it over to my wife because she talks a whole lot better than I do.
Well, thanks for not saying I talk a whole lot more than you. Hey, Melanie Robbins, Anthem, Arizona. Yes, I was not one of those who watched the ABC primetime and listened. I was young. I was healthy and living my best life at that time, a very busy, crazy life. And I just didn't see a need for this. But I got really sick, and I was 3 years on toxic medications, and nothing was working for me. And I started this reluctantly, thinking it wouldn't work because nothing else had. And it literally gave me my life back. It gave my husband, his wife, and my kids their mom back. And thank God it did, because I can't imagine if I had still been sick, battling all that I've been battling this last year, because talk about being a healthcare taker carer of her or whatever it is. This has been a lot. So it's been really super exciting, because what these products have done for our life in general has just been amazing. And I literally watched Ryan's kidneys go from 0 function to trickling. TMI, but wow. Adding this collagen has been mind blowing. I really didn't think we could top the products that we already had, but I am so thankful. My joints are better. I know Ryan's joints are better. Everything is better with this collagen. You guys, if somebody's talking to you and you're not listening, listen. And if you still doubt, talk to me, because I could have saved myself a whole lot of years of suffering if I had listened long ago. So thanks for having us speak.
Thank you, Bob, Ryan, and Melanie, for sharing your product stories. And we are glad that three of you are here today. For me, after being on the product, I had some medical challenges also, and that's the reason why I got myself activated. And after about 3 years plus of being a customer, I decided to join the company. And I'm sure glad I did, because with that, I can continue pursuing my mission and my vision, which is animal rescue and helping 100,000 animals and their handlers, to be able to get activated. And with that, I'd like to invite, if it's possible, Rose Marcelo from the Philippines, Mayan, Japan. Can I also invite Jane and then Seth to share your business story? Rose, you need to unmute. I know you're excited to share, but you need to unmute.
Oh, sorry. I'm Rose from the Philippines. This is my second time of attending this Zoom, no? My story is very short. It's regarding my son. He is 27 years old and a Down syndrome. Ever since birth, we had really a very, very hard life because of his condition, very uncontrollable. But thanks God, within RF2, all our worries, our problems, and everything is gone. That's all. Thank you.
Maine, Japan, are you able to share? Jane, can you hop on, and then Seth?
Sure. You want me to go now? Oh, I'm in Peoria, Arizona. I've been with Life almost 4 years. When I first found LifeVantage, I was pretty broken, and I wanted to take the product to get my health back, but I had no desire to do the business because I was, just couldn't take on anything else in the condition I was in. But once I started feeling better, I knew I wanted to share the product with others. And actually, I had been looking for something to do when I retired. I had taken 5 of my grandkids on a cross-country trip, and when we were done, they said, "When can we go again?" And I thought, well, I don't know if I can ever afford that again. It was so expensive. So I knew when I retired, there was things I wanted to do. Traveling with my grandkids was one of them. And I knew I hadn't saved enough money. And that's why I decided. I had been looking for something for a few years, even before I became ill. And so then I realized that, the LifeVantage was answering both of my prayers, my health and my finances. So I joined. I had no intention of joining when I first signed on with the product, but I did eventually realize that it's something that you have to share. You can't just keep it to yourself. When you've had such great results, you've got to tell the world and help other people improve their life as well. So thanks for letting me share.
Laura, are you able to share your business story?
Yes, I sure will. I'm used to Bob being the one that does the business part, and I tell the part of the product story. But I'll just tell you that Bob and we took advantage of this opportunity to share what we had been blessed with. Little did we know that things were going to take a big swing. And I'm sorry, I got my dog right here and I can't get her out of the way. Sorry. So anyway, we had no idea that the economy was going to take a turn, which it affected the business that Bob was in. He was running a construction company. And we had lived a very good life. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I am a stay-at-home grandma now. And I was able to enjoy this time because of the work that Bob had done. And we really weren't looking for a second type of an income at all when we got involved in this, but we were sure glad that we did, because down the road, when all of this took place with the economy, Bob's company went from, I think it was about 120 down to 20 employees. We lost half of our income. Money that we had been saving for retirement was pretty much going downhill very quickly. And so, because we had said yes to this business, we didn't have that fear. We didn't have that panic of what we were going to do. When we first started this, we really had no idea the opportunities that would be ours financially, because we did say yes. And again, it was one of those things that we were thankful that we had done, not just for the product and what it could do for us and for our loved ones, but again, what this business opportunity provided us with. And so when we share this with others, we not only share what our amazing products can do for us and for others because of the science that's behind it, but we also are very big at sharing the business aspect and the financial aspect, because that too is a blessing and was a very big blessing to us. And now I get to enjoy. Bob is semi-retired, and we get to spend a lot more time together because we did say yes to this opportunity. So thank you.
Wow. We had the whole Robbins clan tonight. And Laura, I think Bob might just have to give way, and you're going to have to start doing the business, the business testimonials. I really appreciate all the stories. I want to share two things that are really surface. Some of you probably haven't heard this part of my story before, but I was really touched tonight when Rose was talking. Rose from the Philippines. She's got a growing group. She's recruiting out there. She's growing. She's by herself. And last week or earlier this week, I asked some of the CEO women, what is your mission? What is this passion from a business side that is driving you? And I got some great responses. I was actually using it for social media content, right? And actually what you said went into one of my recent Instagram reels, ladies. So thank you. But this tonight kind of gives me some closure, because Rose told you about her family situation, her beautiful and lovely son, that gift from God. And Rose, in her response to my question about what's driving you, what's your passion, she says, I want to help families with handicapped children. And I just think about the tremendous amount of work and time and resources that are required of parents who have special needs children, and how appropriate that our business can be a tool in their lives. I think it's super powerful. My story culminates today. I'm standing in the hospital. My mom, who is 68, took a tumble in her bathroom last week. I'm probably sharing more information than she wants me to share. I'll make it up to you, Mom. But she's been in the hospital for the last 3 days. And I saw the x-rays of her vertebrae, which are broken. And just that little still small voice came to my mind today as Stephanie and I went up to visit her, and we visited her yesterday. She's only about a half an hour from us. But we got to make sure the kids are taken care of. And it's disruptive, right? I mean, it's more disruptive for her life than it is for mine. But the thought came to me that, I'm not running back to get to my boss, to put in my hours, I'm not running behind on deadlines for a company that I'm responsible for building their dreams. I can just take a breath. As much as I love what we're doing, and as much as I'm committed to my mission and helping 3 to 5, personally helping 3 to 5 women build $1 million business in the next 18 to 24 months by personally mentoring them, I can and should put that on hold, because there's nothing more important than being able to sit by my mom's bedside and let her hold my hand, or to hold Stephanie's hand and see the comfort that that gives her. This business can deliver that as well. And I think that that is something truly remarkable and special. And I'm so grateful to be living that myself, and to be offering that to other families. Whether tonight, from Canada or from the Philippines or from Japan or from the USA or any of the other 10 countries, 15 countries that we're operating in. Vivian, back to you.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Seth, and also Rose, for sharing your good stories. Our prayers for your mom's speedy recovery, Seth. And you and your family mean the world to us. So, for those who are here on an invite, please get back to the person who invited you to learn more, or get yourself immediately activated, because as you can tell from the stories from the Robins, that being activation is a good thing. So with that, I like to wrap up today's meetup, and we'll be back on Thursday. We are here on Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and also on Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And with that, everyone, stay blessed, stay happy, and much love from all of us. Thank you. Back to you, Seth.
Thank you, everyone. That was great, Vivian. Amazing meetup. Wow. Ryan, Bob, Laura, Melanie. Wow, you own the house tonight. You own the house. Thanks for inviting us to your dinner table. And I just want to thank everybody for being here. Reminder, Thursday. And Vivian, we should talk about calendar announcements. I think we should start doing that at the close of every meeting, just so people can mark their calendars. I was talking to a friend. In fact, he's on here. Dustin, great to have you here tonight. Thanks for joining. My other friend, Alvaro, are both here. So I appreciate you, gentlemen. But I was telling Dustin the other day that, step one of being wildly successful in this business is just plugging in, pulling out your phone, pulling out your calendar, and making sure that, hey, I'm going to be here for this 20 minutes. And I'm going to be seriously inspired, and I'm going to bring some friends who are going to be seriously inspired. So next up, we have mentoring sessions, jam sessions every day, 10 a.m. We'll be on this line tomorrow, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, for those who want some more help in building their business. So we'll reach out to people together. We'll show you what to say. We'll give you the script doc, right? I mean, it's super stinking easy. We'll show you what buttons to push on the app to send, your videos to people. Thursday night, 5:30 p.m., so a half an hour previous to what started tonight, we'll be doing a social media power session. It will be 30 minutes, because after 30 minutes, we'll be doing this meetup again. But we're teaching people how to become rock stars on social media, how to share your story, how to be an amazing marketer by sharing content. And we're going to show you the secret to the content. Okay, there's a secret. I'm going to share that on Thursday. So that's 5:30 p.m. Thursday. We're going to be covering some Instagram tips and social media tips to rock your business and being an amazing marketer. So those are some of the things that are coming up. Live events. We have a major live event in October 20th. I think it's the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, right? That weekend in Phoenix, Arizona. Book a ticket, be there. That event is going to be off the hook. And then I also want to invite you to mark your calendar November 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll be leading a team to a virtual event. Our mindset trainer, Deb Erickson, is putting on an event called Escape, how to escape the ordinary and totally up-level your mindset. It will be an amazing event. Tickets will go on sale for that. They're a couple $100, I believe, $100 to $200. I have tickets at $50 that I'll be offering for the month, for the first 3 weeks of October. So if you want one of those early bird tickets, just stay tuned. But for now, just block out that weekend. I'm basically locking myself for those 2.5 days because I'm going to feed myself and feed my mind. So that's again, November 4th, 5th, and 6th. And that's a little about calendaring. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. I think my wife, Stephanie's got some bean soup. So if anybody wants some bean soup, come on over for dinner tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks,
Bye
Bev.
all.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. I can't
So
wait to
helpful.
share this replay.
I know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robbins.
Team
Thank
Robin.
you, Seth.
Y'all.
We'll put up this full replay on the YouTube channel. Not all the replays make the cut. This one
Right.
we'll definitely put up. And I don't think we said anything that we couldn't from a cure, treat, mitigate, prevent disease kind of a thing. So
Oh,
this will be up
great.
on the YouTube channel by the morning.
Awesome.
Oh, man, I need to get my hair where I'm styled for one of these events because it's always, well, at least I had hair done today, which is better than usual when you're recording.
It was
Just a
all
warning.
good.
A warning, Melanie. I was actually editing one of your videos today that's going that I'm going to be releasing for social media shareable for everybody, your collagen story. And we appreciate you. So thanks for
Is that a heads up disclosure? I look like crap, but I'll sound
no,
good.
no. It's called You Own It. And yeah.
So where do
We're
you
keeping
find
it
that
real.
stuff when you said a social media shareable? Where is that? Where is that?
I'll be dropping that into CEO Women thread.
Okay.
And so you'll be able to download it from there. It'll be a minute or less. And what I'll be doing is I'll be using that as a story. So I'm going to take that. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little video, probably like this recording, or I could do a still shot and type it out. But I could say, I'd probably say something like this. I'm like, I'm all about bragging on my team. I'm all about bragging on my team. I'm going to brag about this lady. This lady has been to hell and back and is triumphing. She's one of our business partners. I just want to share her story today, but I'm not going to share it. I'm going to let her share it. Boom. Then I share, 4 segments of Melanie, 15 seconds each on my story. And then I come back and just kind of wrap it up and probably give a call to action. Like, if you know somebody who's a caregiver right now and they're needing extra support, then we should talk about, then we should talk about one of two things, either some healthcare choices or some cash flow choices. DM me if you want, right? I mean, that's the hook, it's the content, and it's the call to action. And if there's that one person out there that resounds with that, awesome. What I'm also going to do then is I'm going to take that story and I'm probably going to create a new highlight in my Instagram. And that highlight, because we're going to be producing more stories. That's why I'm recording all of these events that we're doing to pull those little snippets. After I've shared it with my story, then I'm going to create a highlight in Instagram and it's going to say true stories, right? Or CEO Women. If somebody clicks on that, it's just going to be, oh, this is Melanie's story. Oh, this is Beverly's story. Oh, this is Barbara's story, right? And then I'm also going to take it and I'm going to put it in Facebook as a real live post and say, hey, I'm just going to put them all together so that it's somewhere in Facebook as a video that stays there forever. And then I know, and then that's why what I want to open your mind is to one 1 minute story from Melanie, which again, we're chopping up. So it's like she says something and then we skip any of the pauses and she's down to the next. So it's basically a minute that it's 30 seconds of content that was a minute and a half. So we're just getting really specific, boom, 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 boom. Then I can actually make a reel out of it and just say, hey, you're going to see a series from me called Real Life CEO Women. And this is number 1. Boom. And then I made a reel out of it. So out of one little testimonial from Melanie, we've got a story content. We've got a highlight on Instagram. We've got a static post on Facebook, and I've got a reel. And you can download all of those and utilize those or create those and curate those. You've got like 4 or 5 pieces of content from 30 seconds.
Yeah,
so.
Fabulous. But can I ask one quick question? Because I was trying to work on my highlights and but I'm seeing that it only has to come from your story. I was trying to pull some things from my album, but it only comes from your stories. Okay.
Yes. So if you ever want a highlight, make sure that you've put it into
Stories.
an Instagram story,
Mhm.
and then you can go back. Yeah.
And grab it.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, great
Ah,
night. Love to
learning
all.
those.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very
Awesome,
thankful,
everyone.
Seth,
Good night, everyone.
with all that you've had going on too, to be helping us out. That's really more than appreciated, because I know that you've been helping us out a lot this week, and to be doing that with all that going on with your mom, that's a big deal. So appreciated.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. We'll see you.
Bye.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.